Hi,
Hey.
this is Pixel Monsters Media, and you are?
I'm Rob Jones, Senior Producer at Visual Concepts on NBA2k.
Hello, welcome. You are telling us something about NBA 2k with Dennis Schroeder this time.
Yeah.
How did it come to take him on the cover?
We obviously, know that he's really a big star here in Germany. He's been playing great for the Atlanta Hawks. And, over the years, we've really chosen to localize and make sure that we put the right cover athlete in the right space. So Dennis Schroeder is, he's an up-and-coming star for both our league and I think representing very well for the German public, so it was kind of a natural extension for us.
You told just the point about localization, and I remember last year you had some European teams, right?
Yes, we do.
And it's still in?
They're still in. We didn't really speak much about all the we haven't finalized the roster, but Bayern, Munich, and Alba Berlin are still in the game, so at least those two teams are confirmed.
We are from Berlin actually, and I love this team.
Good.
Okay, next question. This time you got also Spike Lee in.
Yeah.
It's calling it a joint, like all of his movies. I don't know if that is a problem, but how is it working with him and getting into a mood of making a game which is quite different than a film, I think?
Well, I think he was really open to it because he's a huge basketball fan, and just in general, right at the end of last year, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do for the following year. So we contacted him. I actually met him at our launch party in New York, and we had this conversation. Hey, we'd be interested in seeing what you think. And he sat down. We explained to him what we did with 2k14 and 2k15 and how story has become a really important thing for us. And then he took just a ton of notes, and then we told him what we were going to try to achieve in 16 from a game standpoint, and he wrote a story around it, and then he directed it, and it came out fantastic.
Cool. And he worked on the campaign mode, as I understand.
On the My Career mode,
yeah.
Yes, he did.
And what's so special about this career mode this year?
Well, his involvement, for one thing, it's we're tagging it "Be the Story," right? The story you create yourself as whether you scan yourself or you create a fantastic model, and then you go into the game and you live your story out. You live his idea of how an NBA player's relationships will shape his success within the NBA.
Something that I always liked about NBA was the great soundtrack. And one of the last years you got Jay-Z doing the soundtrack.
We did.
And who's this year?
So this year we took a different approach. Instead of taking an artist or a specific person to curate it, what we did is we took the influences of three separate DJs, famous DJs, to kind of put together our biggest soundtrack yet. We have over 50 tracks. They're split across 5 different channels.
I listened to it already.
Yeah. Oh, did you like it?
On Spotify, yeah. It was good stuff on it.
And the 3 DJs bring 3 different flavors. You have DJ Premier, who's a classic producer. He's produced hip hop. He's produced Eminem. He's produced Nas. He was part of Gangstar a long time ago. And so we have his influence in there. We also have DJ Khaled, who's bringing an East Coast Southern vibe, and then DJ Mustard, who now is producing what you hear kind of in the hip hop these days, more like the Chris Browns and Kid Ink and that style of music out here.
If it's going from your mind, what would be the way to go for the future for NBA 2K? What would be the feature that you wanted to see, or is it already in?
We are starting with something really, really cool. I mean, I don't know if you saw the presentation. We had a presentation in which, we're allowing users to customize and create their own teams, their own identities, and now they're going to be able to take their My Career players, join in with friends, create teams, and go compete in a new mode called Pro-Am. And we're really excited about the potential of that and what it can bring to the future of our game. But our game is kind of it's a jack of all trades. There's a little bit of something for everybody. If you're into card collecting, we have my team, and we have new stuff in there with the dynamic cards and the dynamic rating cards and the moment cards that we're gonna have to commemorate different performances by different people. There's a general manager mode that allows you, for people like me who are huge fans of Football Manager, it gives you full control over the franchise, rosters, dealing with the owner, finances, all of that. We have a sandbox where me and my friends can participate in a league and play against each other for whether it's one season or 50 seasons.
So if I'm playing as a manager, I could fix the Knicks then?
You could fix the Knicks. Well, you know what? You're talking to me. I need to fix the Pistons.
Oh my god. Also hard. You talked about NBA being a jack of all trades, so many features every year, something new, and I don't know many games who never take out something like, or very few things are taken out. How do you manage to keep this box not overflowing and accessible for the players?
It's tough. It's tough because it's like you have to kind of reimagine it every year because it has to be brand new, even though it's familiar but brand new. And so that's the hardest thing for us. But the flip side is every single one of those modes has a specific audience that we're catering to. And within the office, there's a specific person who loves that experience more than they love something else. And so they champion it, and they work really hard to deliver it every year.
Cool. And teamwork is the thing that brings it all together, I guess.
Always. Teamwork and chemistry.
Also, the animation and the new graphics of the consoles came out 2 years ago, I think. Can you tell us something about how it's working for the new level of graphics?
Well, for us this year, in some of the screenshots, you'll see that there's been a lot of attention to eyes and hair being better and more realistic. But we also did body scans, so we wanted to really attack getting everybody, all of their the characteristics down to their skin and their tattoos and everything that you can possibly see. But then we've had more attention to the arena and the crowd and how that reacts. Just in general, we've gone in and everywhere where we felt that we could really raise it up. I personally watch other games and there's certain things that I'll be like, like last year I was sitting there, I was like, man, the crowd in hockey was cool to me, and I was like, you guys need to look at that. So we go back in and we try to push ourselves to be at the highest level and everything.
Sometimes NBA feels a bit like a simulation, maybe hard to get for new players. Is there some fun modes that they can play, and maybe people that don't want to dive that deeply into it?
Well, at the heart, we are a sim game more than anything else, and I think that what happens is that, it's pretty simple to hop in and play. It's just pass and shoot. You could do that with 2 buttons, but we offer such a deep dive that sometimes it can be daunting, and we have a tutorial mode that kind of leads you through there. My career introduces you because it allows you to kind of grow by yourself and kind of figure out everything before you tackle the NBA strategies. And but at our core, our fans want that NBA strategy to be the most realistic thing, and that's why the game can become so complex, But I've seen people play it very arcadey as well, trust me.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Great. Let's play.